Recently, I had the opportunity to interview recording artist Dionne on her latest album release and first album release, Unrealistic. Listen to what she has to say about producing the album, coming together, and being inspired by others around her, as well as her general career and upbringing. I hope you enjoy. Hello, beautiful people. This is at Mr. Unanu of @Unanu Arts from Twitter, and I'm here with the lovely Dionne, who has a CD debut album called Unrealistic. How you doing, Dee?
I'm doing great.
Very good, very good. Now, got a couple questions for you for everybody that's wondering why they should copy your album or just who in the world you are. So, first question I'm going to ask you is, how did you even get into singing and into the music industry?
Well, I started singing when I was talking, actually. I think I sang my first solo at 7, and I never stopped, performing after that point. Dancing and singing, or those things have always been a part of my life. I think it was in 2007 when I decided to complete my first song. I did 3 songs to do a demo to really find out where my skills were. And I loved my writing and hated my production. So I teamed up with some geniuses, and about 9 months later, we finished Unrealistic.
Very cool. Now, 9 months.
Yes.
Most people think 9 months, baby. So why would you say this is your baby if you do indeed feel that way?
Yes, I definitely feel like this is my baby. It's my one and only baby, and I can relate just in the time. There was pain, there was a lot of changes, and just soul searching that went into creating this CD, and so it's definitely my baby.
Okay, you definitely put a lot of tender love and care and nurturing into it.
Absolutely, that's right.
Very good. Now, most musicians that at least I know of or I've heard of, they have other artists or maybe family members that have helped inspire them and bring them up to get to where they have gotten to. For you, what are some musicians or people in your life that have inspired you to do what it is that you're now doing?
I love Anita Baker. I love all the love in her songs. That's one of the things that I admire about her. I've listened to some of her interviews, and she sang about love because that's what she was inspired to sing about. And that pushed me to be more confident about what it is that I wanted to write about. Whatever was true for me, that's what I wanted to write about. And that's what I did with Unrealistic. I'm also inspired by Mint Condition, Frankie Beverly and Maze, Music Soul Child. I love what India Arie's music has done as well. So those artists definitely keep me inspired. They are in constant rotation because they definitely feed me. So love those artists and what they've done.
Very cool. Now, for the artists that you mentioned, like Music and India Arie, do you feel in a way that they're challenging you as a fellow musician, as a fellow artist, to bring out your music and inspire others as they are doing and have been doing?
Yes, absolutely. Their lyrics are very powerful, as well as just creative and just artistic musicianship. Their musicianship is something I can definitely emulate. And so I respect all facets of what they're doing in their game. Absolutely.
Very cool. One question I want to ask that just came off my head with the general music industry and specifically the genre or genres of music that people might label you as being in. Where do you feel the industry is, and with your particular type of music, what do you think about the artists that are commercially out there and artists that are underground and then everybody in between?
I think there's some amazing things happening underground, independent soul music artists, and that's where I would put myself as well, with soul music, because that's the goal of my lyricism, like what gets to the true soul of the individual, as well as the style of music. So that fits for me. I think that there's kind of a surge of more real music coming out, and folks are paying more attention to their lyrics, and I see pockets of just more responsibility coming to the lyrics, and so I'm excited about that, to be a part of it, because every word that's spoken, every song, or every word that's sung is very important, and it affects us as humans. So I think it's important what we put out there, so I'm excited to be a part of all that.
Very cool. And with the word soul, at least for myself again, I think of longevity, I think of timelessness. Like you think of Marvin Gaye, for example, and he was definitely, would you say, soul music?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
As a soul artist himself, something he made 20, 30 plus years ago is still relevant now.
Yes.
Do you want to be that type of artist as well, where your music is not just good for the here and now, but over a long period of time? And also with your career, do you
Right.
expect to be a long-lasting artist?
Yes, that's definitely the hope. That's the plan. With longevity, I think that what I've seen with other artists, those who have the longevity, I believe they remain true to themselves. And the changes in industry and music with their team, they remain true, even throughout any changes. And
Right.
so that was one thing I wanted to stay true to with everything that I wrote for the CD, just remaining true to myself, because I think that that's what people will be able to connect with. People want to connect with the artist. I want to connect with the artist that I love. So for me, that's what I've looked at as, one of the keys to longevity.
Unrealistic. Let's talk about it. Why is it unrealistic, or is it realistic? What exactly is the story behind the title and the music as well?
Right. It's both. It's realistic and it's unrealistic. For me, it's about bringing what is not reality, bringing it into reality, bringing dream world into what's real for me, and creating the beauty that I want to see in the world. And that's how I strive to live every day, and that's what Unrealistic is about. As I was writing, I would hear a few folks that heard, some of the songs, like everything is happy and light and airy, and that's just where I was, and that's where I am with the music, and so that's where it puts me. And so I decided that Unrealistic was the best. That's what it is, on purpose. So I'm unrealistic on purpose.
Right, cool. Why should people get your album? Is there a certain song, for example, for you that is meaningful, or a set of songs that mean a lot to you out of the album?
I really like Ooh, and Ooh is OOH.
Okay.
I really love Ooh because I surrendered that song. My vocal producer, Indigo, amazing. She really put the groove in it and painted it and really made the lyrics come to life. And so I was really excited to hand it over, and then I loved the finished product. So that was a great exercise to me, like, okay, go ahead, take that, and I love it. So that was exciting. A lot of people like Sure because of the lyrics with that song, and that's about figuring out what's going to happen in this relationship. Is it going to work? Is it not? Looking at what you want and looking at what this person has, and can it come together? So Sure's been with me a long time. It was originally called Be Sure. Some of you might have heard the original version of that. And so that's really, really close to me as well. A lot of people like Lucky because of the beat. So I think you should get Unrealistic because you're going to love it. It's going to produce something in you. It's going to inspire you. And if it doesn't, I'd be surprised. But I think that's why people should get the CD.
Okay. Definitely get it. I agree. Now, since you're being interviewed by United Arts, I have to ask you this question. What does art mean to Dionne?
Art is everything. Art is the reason why these colors are here in this room, here at Ebenezer's Coffee House. Art is the reason why we live. It's what we need in order to do what we do. Art is a major part of my life. I don't know why or how I would be who I am without art. It's kind of the fiber that runs through everything. It's all around. It's the music that's in the background here. And artists have such a responsibility to themselves and to other people to help people want to create, to want to get up in the morning and keep living throughout the day. That's really what art is.
And as you've explained that beautifully, by the way, would you say that in a lot of ways that's how you felt growing up in Dallas, Texas, if I'm not mistaken? Okay.
I felt, very connected to the arts. Very connected. I was either singing, dancing, or writing. And so it's always been a part of me, the arts. So always connected to it and lost. At times when I wasn't connected to the art, felt very lost and not myself. So very connected to it.
All right. Well, for the beautiful people watching, how can they acquire Unrealistic?
Unrealistic, you can go to iTunes and download it there. It's also at cdbaby.com. They will send one to your house. And soon it should be available on Amazon as well. But my website is dionnemusic.com. That's DIONNE music.com. Also, you can find me on Facebook, Dionne's Music World, or my personal page there is Dionne Kirby.
And do you also have a Twitter account as well?
Yes, Dionne Music on Twitter as well.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, Dionne. And again,
Thank you.
Unrealistic is the debut album. Go get it. It is worth the money. All right? This is Mr. Nanu of Unanu Arts signing off.